the cornerstones on which they will build a potential victory here. Tierney out of dummy half. St Helens know they've got a battle down the middle. McAlorum spinning it left now as it's an attempt to stretch the St Helens defence. Back down the middle by Casti, Remy Casti.
Great set.
Wearing our player mic today as well, Remy Casti. Samisoni Langui with a finish at the end. Grace underneath it, has been beaten in the air. Catalan keeping it alive here. It's still the last tackle. Back to Tierney. Tierney tries to spin it. St Helens still can't make the tackle. Now it comes to Gigot. Gigot with another kick high. Barber's underneath it. Lomax underneath it. There's a little bit of miscommunication, but Lomax takes it safely. And St Helens will have to play it from there. And what an end to the set that was.
Yeah, what an end, but what a solid set. You know, strumming their own near their own try line. An easy set, great running by the forwards, and a better kick to finish.
Well, it's really interesting that they've set out of Catalan with Simon, Moa and Cassio, three out-and-out prop forwards playing in that middle channel, and they really are getting some go forward, and they're putting some physicality in defence there.
There's Thompson, up and down. Roby at a dummy half, Wilkin with the pass back. Oh, it's dropped short of Lomax, and I think Catalan will get it back here via the scrum. Yep. And Lomax hurt there in trying to get that ball. They just ran over the top of them.
Well, they read that really well, didn't they? But that's some hit there, isn't it, from Julian Thompson, who really does carry the ball very hard, but that's great defensive read. He saw it was the Batman did David Mead, so he jumped the line, put pressure on the receiver and forced the header. That's really a defensive win there for the Catalan Dragons.
They're very, very aggressive. That's what they bring to the game. Big pack of forward. John said, you know, they are going to carry ball all day and leave the fancy stuff to the half-backs. And he was telling me before the game that, you know, it's a hot day here, but, you know, the Dragons players will be used to it. They've been training at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's so hot down back in France now. They'll be comfortable in this heat.
I think temperatures pushing towards 40 degrees this week, haven't they, in the south of France? Drinkwater with the pass left, and Williami, the Fijian international. Little step back on the inside. Michael McAlorum, who knows all about the route to Wembley, of course. He's done it a couple of times. He's won it with Wigan.
Well, I think Michael McAlorum is their emotional leader today. We talk about in the build-up, Greg Bird was missing, but Michael McAlorum is equally as important.
Well, they're just trying to plough away down the middle. Moa has lost the ball. No, he's had it stolen. Had it stolen. Penalty for Catalan right in front of the sticks. It's a gimme 2 points.
I think I'll go for 2. It's important for them to stay in the arm wrestle, get the 2 points, get the ball back. Their forwards have been exceptional in the first 6 minutes. Really taking the game to St Helens.
Yes, Sam Mowry was again carrying very aggressively, landing on his front there and just being interfered with as he's attempted to play the ball quickly. And I think it's a canny thing to do, take the 2 points. It's been a really quick pace, hasn't it, this first few minutes, this first 6 minutes or so. And I think just to draw your breath, put the ball between the posts and get the 2 points, just the ideal thing for the French side.
As expected here, you know, it's nothing fancy yet, no plays behind. Just give it to the big lads and do the hard work, and they've had very good field position so far.
So here's Josh Drinkwater, whose impact on the Catalan side can be measured in so many ways, but in purely statistical analysis, in points scored, his 14th appearance today, and that is his 146th point, his 57th goal, 8 tries. He's averaging over 10 points a game, and they love him. They're very happy that he's in their ranks. Catalan lead here by 2 points to 0.
Yeah, I think the Drinkwater effect has really, it's turned the Dragons season around. And it's really interesting to see, I'm with Jonathan here, how direct this Catalan pack are. They really are majoring on the route 1 method. They're going forward in a direct manner and they're trying to play the ball quickly.
Caught by Gigot, and again offered for the big man to try and bring it forward again here for Catalan. As a St Helens coach, Justin Holbrook, new this year. He's brought a real smile to the face of St Helens. The club as a whole, with his coaching and where he's lifted this club too. Almost got them to a grand final last year. Very, very close. Drinkwater with a step. Runs into the no-nonsense shoulder of Morgan Knowles.
That's 4 tackles, Dave, and they're at the halfway line.
Yeah.
They really are getting some good yardage with their carries.
Here's Casti.
The Teeny's done well as well. He's just spotted, quick play the ball. He's made some easy yards.
McAlorum out of dummy half. Last play here. Sami Langi will go high. Barber's underneath it this time. And the catch. And they managed to round him up. Interesting reading, I should say, Iestyn Harris's analysis ahead of the 2 semi-finals, and he was saying about this game how Catalan had to stop the back 3. The first 3 plays was so important, and that doesn't help there from Catalan's point of view, because that has given St Helens a big lift.
That's why it's so important, the last play of the ball. You either put it over the touchline or you just put pressure on them. You can't make easy, loose kicks, because this back 3 will punish you.
And Jonathan, you've got to be disciplined as well, because there's no doubt they did jump the gun there, the Catalan defensive line, and it's piggybacked St Helens into good ball field position where they can be expansive and ask some questions.
Great line speed though.
Well, all the time this stadium is beginning to fill with the primrose and blue of Warrington and the amber and blue of Leeds, but for the most part it is St Helens supporters who dominate huge swathes of red and white. Richardson's quick hands, and again it's a little clumsy on this right hand side, and again it's high fives amongst the Catalan players who get head and feet.
But just watch the hit on Lomax again. If you just watch it, there's pressure on high. There he goes, just goes, pressure on him, puts him with no space or time whatsoever, and the pass is just checked, and again the spot defender closes Richardson down.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily bad skill, Dave. I think it's bad decision making, because they are putting pressure on them, but what they've got to do is just rein in at St Helens. They've obviously majored on the fact that they're going to really come up on the edges. They're going to give them no space, no time to execute the skills. So that's the question that St Helens have got to answer now.
And they've called the play before the ball was played, so they had to change it and not give that pass.
Here's Fuhad Yaha up to the halfway line. And many amongst us who remember his uncle Baghdad playing for Paris back in 1996.
Move! Hold! Go! You're not square, Luke!
Catalan moving on again.
Move! Go!
Simon, quick play up from dummy half. It's taken. Gigot offers a threat here. Throws off the tackle of Lomax. Overcomes Percival to pin him down. 10 away. Now it comes left, sharpish again. Drinkwater with a little grubby, but what a take there by Richardson, who's turning defence into attack momentarily.
Well, if there was one player going to defuse a play like that, it'd be Danny Richardson. Won to with the season he's getting. All of a sudden now it's St Helens who are going forward.
Well, they've stuttered and stalled so far in this game, Saints, but are they finding their gears now? Roby, Lomax. Looking left, back towards the middle by Teya. Roby again. Waymore with a little juggle, but he gathers it in and then takes them on head first. This is the last play. I think it's the most attacking position that Saints have been in on a final play. They're going to go through hands here, and they can do that very effectively. Grace twisting and turning. He's going to be stopped there. But the best place that Saints have turned over the ball so far.
Yeah, that was beautiful, wasn't it, from Ben Barber? The skill there was that rush defence on the edge once again, but Barber just managed to tip the ball on, straight in, straight out of the hands, and it almost created a half chance for Regan Grace.
And they're blitzing very well in the Catalan Dragons, but they'll have to vary it, because Saints will read that and then just, play outside them. So they've got to vary their defence.
Well, they'll either get deeper, Jonathan, or they could play outside, or they could play through before going round.
So they're finding it harder this time, Catalan. 2 tackles gone, not quite up to the 20. Just trying to pound it downfield as far and as quickly as possible. Moa. Now it's shifted left. But a bit of bite to this St Helens defence. Drinkwater out of dummy half, looking right.
The tempo's fantastic, Dave, isn't it? To say the heat, say it's so hot out there. The pace of this game is phenomenal.
Well, it's Gigo's kick on the finish. A little bit of pressure, it's going to fall betwixt and between. It's an awkward bounce for St Helens to deal with, but they have dealt with it. And it's Percival over there who has it back for St Helens. And here comes Regan Grace. The little Welsh wizard who John Keir had the delight of coaching in the World Cup at the back end of last year.
And that's what the three-quarters have got to do. There's still some forwards getting back on side for St Helens, so the three-quarters have got to get in there, got to help them with the goal forward.
Makinson shrugging off one defender, but not when the next comes in. No option of the offload. His arm was pinned. Roby out of dummy half. He sees a little bit of a glimmer ahead of him. McIlroy got a half a hand on him. 6 tackles. St Helens looking for a good kick from Richardson. There's a bounce. Yaha takes. Looks to his left where he's got support, but across quickly comes Makinson with that sliding tackle to pin him down. Williami. Drinkwater back towards the middle. Gigot, full-back, very much in evidence in the line. McIlroy with a point. He's directing his forwards where he wants them to go. Here comes Simon. Michael Simon. Had a couple of years at Wakefield a couple of years ago. Casti, 33, Remy Casti's just agreed a new 2-year deal, having the best season of his career according to his coach. High kick, Grace underneath it. Safe catch again. Cat and mouse at the moment.
Yeah, just, you know, I think he put a little bit more pressure on the last kick, but, you know, the boys are saying in the studio that Saints look a well-balanced side with players knowing what they're doing. They're exactly the same with the Catalan Dragons, you know. The forwards are really doing their job, except
too many.
The discipline now, 2 penalties. The forwards are really doing their job. McIlroy is controlling the play of the ball, and then it's Josh Drinkwater and Lange just kicking the ball. So very well-balanced side here.
But the Catalans are really making the middle unit of St Helens work. You know, John Wilkin, Thompson, Amor, James Roby, they're really having to earn their corner in defence. They're spotting them up and working that middle channel.
There's Thompson again, and it's another penalty. Back-to-back penalties for the first time in this game, going against Catalan. So St Helens here will be in a very attacking position.
This is a big chance there. Yeah, this is a big chance.
First real test. He was all over him, not just hanging on, holding him down. Back-to-back penalties. First attacking opportunity for Saints.
Amor with the settler. Roby goes. Oh, Richardson's dropped it. Well,
that's a poor pass from play the ball.
I was going to say, from a dummy half like Roby, that is almost a collector's item at the ball as poor as that.
Very unlike him. He's had an amazing season, but the ball was just dying on him as it's going down. But he should have taken. You won't be happy with that. He should have taken it. He's playing on, you know, arrogance and confidence. Richardson, you've got to put up behind him straight away.
But I think that was one for fatigue, no doubt. 12 tackles already, James Roby. Amor 12 tackles, Thompson 17, Wilkin 20. So they're doing some hard work in that middle channel.
Just respond to the call rather than what you think.
Don't forget the red button a little later from 5 o'clock. We've got 5 hours, more or less, give or take, of rugby league this afternoon on BBC One. If that's not enough, hashtag BBCRL for the red button. Our next game, of course, Warrington Leeds, and their fans beginning to filter in now. 2:30 is the scheduled kick-off, but that might just alter a little here or there. 2:45, we're told. And, of course, the final itself, August 25th. Saturday afternoon, Wembley Stadium. One of these two will be in. Catalan at the moment having the best start. Drinkwater. Sam Moa put down 5 inside the St Helens half. Drinkwater is shuffling it on again, and Benjamin Garcia trying to fend off defenders. McIlroy, Drinkwater. Casti's well met by St Helens defenders, but look at that for an offload. That's terrific. That keeps his side going again. On a little bit of trickery here from Drinkwater, and in the end I think he bamboozled himself. Knocks on. I think even he thought he passed it. St Helens head and feet at the scrum.
Yeah, well, I think that's the first handling error. We had Gigot kicking out for the 7 tackle set, but this is the first handling error from the Dragons, and we're well 17 minutes in the game, so it shows how well they've been playing. But sometimes you're just too smart for yourself.
No, yeah, but I was listening to John Wilkin earlier on in the week about the semi-final. They said they have to front up and match the Catalan Dragons forwards, and that's certainly the case. At the moment, the Dragons forwards are playing exceptionally well, laying the platform. 2 points in front, they'll be happy that, you know, after 18 minutes to be in this position. And we haven't mentioned any of the, you know, St Helens attacking players yet. Percival, Barber, Swift, you know, we haven't heard them. They haven't had possession. They've starved for possession.
Benny Barber's packing down to the second row in that scrum, which puts him in position here, right in the centre of the field. St Helens in the meantime goes slightly left. Taya, Roby, little step by Thompson. Oh, he's a good player. He's really come on this season.
Yeah, great footwork, wasn't it, that, for a big man.
Here's Amor, the Cumbrian, and he's lost the ball. The referee says play on. Giga picks it up. He passes to the referee, Robert Hicks. It's luckily for him picked up by Benjamin Julien.
Having to tell Gigo that the
Gigo
will tell him that the referee's in black.
We rehearsed this, John. It's Gigo.
Yeah, Gigo.
Here is Gigo, a dummy half.
So they're controlling the attack at the moment, aren't they? They're dictating it. Their play the ball is a lot quicker. The yardage is easier, and I think they'll go for two again here.
He hooks the ball,
40 metres out. It would take some kicking.
I don't know, Jonathan.
Back in.
I think they might put it into the corner.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
I think Gigo's putting two fingers in the air, but I think Drinkwater said no. Stick it out is what they've done here. Great platform to start from.
It is.
And I think, you know, they've made so many yards and easy yards. You'd feel worried if they're into the 20-metre area because their ball cutting has been phenomenal.
Here's McAlorum out of dummy half, and Drinkwater hands it on, and Casti trying to muscle his way through. Big bruising effort from a big bruising forward. They're only 10 away and they've got 4 plays to go. Drinkwater again, back to Lange. Quick hands from Gigo, it went along the ground. Referee says play on, and Lewis Tierney will dazzle his way over into the corner, and the referee does not need a second look. It's Catalan who get the opening try of this first semi-final. It's Lewis Tierney, the scorer, and they lead 6-0.
Well, it's game on now. Great game plan by McNamara. It's working off, and as I said, when you get the 20-metre area, they're going to be very difficult to stop. They're so powerful.
It was excellent work, wasn't it? They set the platform there. There's a penalty, which allowed them to get the field position. And once they set the platform, look, there's movement. All 3 pivots, the stand off the scrum half, the fullback, all drift to the big side. That creates the numbers, and that creates the space for Tierney just to get over it. It wasn't the slickest of execution, but the principle worked anyway, and the winger goes in space and over he goes.
Once Percival came in and he didn't stop that attack, they were in trouble. There's a lucky pass here, ball is to the floor, but it gets on the outside of Percival, and that's a good finish, very good finish.
Wow. I'll take you back 8 weeks, 9 weeks, when we did the draw at St Helens for these semi-finals, and when it came out St Helens against Catalan, the Saints fans hit the roof, absolutely overjoyed that they had drawn the French side. But what a difference between the French sides formed that day and how they are playing in the last few weeks. Today especially, Drinkwater slings it over, and it is now an 8-0 lead that Catalan have here.
Well, the seeds of doubt.
Let's hear from Robbie.
Well, the Catalan Dragons have started at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's whether or not they can keep up this intensity, because this St Helens squad isn't going to give them a minute.
So Catalan looking to pound it forward again, 8-0. What a start they're having, and look at this, they're building on their confidence, building on their position. St Helens have looked out of sorts so far. How much is that down to what Catalan are doing to them down the middle? How much is it Saints just being a little off form?
No, very much so. I think what they're doing down the middle with ball is taking some energy out of the tank, but I think defensively on the edges they're putting them under pressure. I think it's 10 out of 10 at the minute for the Dragons.
Here they go, Langley put down, 5 gone, 1 play to go. Look where they are again. McElaurin quick with the play the ball. Gigot runs it back towards the middle, puts the grubber kick in, but it's an easy one for Roby to grab a hold of.
Yeah, I think he's undecided there. He was thinking of putting it up in the air, but a nothing kick in. But I agree with John. I think you knew what they were going to do, but you had to try and stop them. And the St Helens forwards knew that at the moment they are dictating the whole game, the whole pace of the game.
Young Matty is on the field. Here's Zeb Tyre. Thompson still putting in a very decent shift here. Roby, Richardson kicking a chase. Fuhad Yaha underneath it to catch, and what's the referee given here?
Penalty.
It was late. The challenge on Richardson was
tackle,
late.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a silly thing to do on the last play. It's a nothing hit.
Well, they played with so much composure, had the Dragons, and then just to come up with a brain explosion there and just give field position to St Helens.
I heard the referee Hicks saying it's late and unnecessary, and that just explains everything. Puts himself, team under pressure.
Was St Helens with their best chance, best place so far. Roby, the dummy half. Richardson offers it back. Tyre tries to rip away through. Catalan holding on just a little, defending on their own line at the moment. Roby comes back to the middle with a short pass. Trying to work a path underneath is that Matty Lees, who's trying to get under there. It is Roby back to Richardson to Barber. Barber's away from his first man, but not past Yaha, who's in with a shoulder. Makinson. Richardson along and quick hands, and Thompson's leaping into it here. So here comes the last play. 10 metres out, Richardson again. Short, Tyre keeps it alive. Lomax, great hands from him. Richardson's quickly away. Roby puts his head down. Roby's over the line. Has he got the touchdown? No, he hasn't. Knocked it on over the line. It's a tap back on the 20 for Catalan. There's a Catalan player down injured there in the back of that. What a chance for Saints. Terrific defending from the French side.
Great tackle, great defence, miraculous offloads. But the worrying thing for Saints, they didn't create anything in that set, John. Didn't go forward, didn't lay a platform for the halfbacks. But what a brilliant defensive tackle.
They didn't, but I think they might have shown a way through the Catalans there with those offloads.
Yeah.
They may well just have to change their game plan and start offloading the collision, because it certainly gave James Roby half a chance. But what sensational scrambling defence there from the Dragons. They really are playing to get to this for this prize of Wembley.
Good yards, good drive.
Quick play the ball. Here's Tierney, the try scorer.
He's doing a good job, Jonathan, isn't he? Lewis Tierney getting in there and helping his forwards out.
That's a good offload as well from Bousquet, who's on the field. Here's Gigot.
Gigot like a
Gigot with the offload. But Thierry will pick it up, and Drinkwater looks left and puts the kick behind, and Swift is cool as you like. But he has got a touch before the ball went dead. That kick, as it turns out, was measured to perfection. They're just having a quick look at this.
We're checking it now.
They're just having a quick look at this.
I think he's
just
got it right.
Sure.
Swift, sorry.
I think he's got it right. It's got to touch terra firma outside the field of play. It doesn't.
Did it hit the white line? Did it hit the white line before it bounced up?
Well, I think he's got it. I think St Helens player took it out with Adam Swift, but we'll find out here.
He's checking it.
That's in the field of play for me.
Was there chalk dust?
No, it's not Wimbledon.
John McEnroe.
Drop back.
Tell you what,
There was no chalk dust.
At the moment, everything seems to be going Catalan Dragons' way, doesn't it?
That's a great drop out, though.
Moa's dropped it backwards, but he's able to pick it up, and he's talk about return with interest. Samoa, so big they named them for an entire country. Here comes Tierney. McElaurin in at dummy half.
Well done, Jack.
This now is Bousquet, Julien Bousquet, one of many French internationals out on that field. Battieri, he's another.
Just take it up, just take it up.
McIlroy goes right. Lange with a pass. Julien. 5 gone, 1 to go. Drinkwater, measured kick again, and it's a great leap by Yaha, but he couldn't quite get hands on that properly. And the Saints fans cheering in ironic fashion, I think you described that, because the decision has gone their way.
Well, also because it's a 7-tackle set once again. Regan Gray's coming in, he's trying to generate some speed early in the tackle count. They're under the pump of St Helens.
Well, they were prevented from scoring in an entire half of rugby league. Guess how long ago, St Helens? Last time they were nilled in an entire first half of rugby league.
No idea.
7 days. Against Warrington last week, they were trailing, I think it was 14-0, but they went on and won the game, so they won't be over-rattled. They've been in this position fairly recently. Under the pump, second best, but able to drag themselves up and win, so there's enough experience and confidence out there for them to lift things. Here's McCarthy Scarsborough, spinning it back.
There's the offload. That's what they need more of, Jonathan.
Yeah.
It really is. It'll disrupt this defensive system that the Dragons have got.
Lomax with a dribble kick. Tierney's favourite to get there, and does. Again, it's just a case of pounding their way out of trouble here. Catalan. Tans very much an instrumental part of that Paris team, of course. And a penalty here.
Well played, Gigo. He just like spotted them, run straight into them. It's very difficult not to do anything there, give the penalty away, but it's clever play. You have to say, totally dominant, the Catalan Dragons forwards. Offensively and defensively at the moment. St Helens forwards are really struggling to get momentum up to lay a platform for the half-backs.
It'll be interesting now, though, now that Casti and Sam Moore have gone off, though,
yes,
to see if they can maintain that dominance in the middle channel.
Louis Anderson's on as well. Veteran stage of his career, Louis, but he played in a couple of Challenge Cup finals for Warrington, of course, 09 and 2010, winner on both occasions.
These boys have done well, haven't they? Battieri and Bousquet have come on, and they've really made a hard yard as well.
McIlroy spills it out. Drinkwater, Gigo, back inside comes Garcia. 12 metres away, still a couple of tackles to go here. Catalan looking good, as they have done for most of this first half. Taken back, within range, on the last. Where does it go from here? It goes left. Drinkwater with a double pump tackle, and it's a try. Benjamin Garcia has bumped his way over, and Catalan Dragons enjoying their day in the sunshine. 12-0 now the lead, and they may well embrace themselves for a job that is being thoroughly well done at the moment.
It is their belief, their self-confidence will be absolutely through the roof at the minute, and that was a clever fifth tackle play there. The orthodox place to put the kick in. That wasn't the play that Josh Drinkwater selected. He selected to run the ball, the power play, just pulled Danny Richard towards him, opened up half the gap for Garcia to go through. Tremendously executed last tackle play, and my word, it came under that ball, and over it goes. Great try.
Yeah, he just drew Richardson out to the line, focused on the ball carrier, and there he is. Little shot past Garcia, just strolls over. One thing is having momentum, but scoring points when you have that momentum, and they've certainly done that. There is a game on. You can't write someone like St Helens off. You know, they can score from anywhere at any time. But this is a very assured first 30 minutes from the Dragons.
This is a massive kick in a semi-final as well, because this is the difference between a 2-score and a 3-score lead. In its early stages, relatively speaking, he's pulled it wide. So it remains at 12-0 rather than 14. And that means that St Helens know that 2 tries, 2 goals puts them level. It's a slightly less steep mountain to climb.
I love that decision to run the ball on the last tackle. Proved once again to be right with the evidence of the cameras there. This really is a test now for St Helens. This is a test of their self-belief. They've dominated Super League all through the season. Can they actually close it out here?
Well, he got a foot in touch there. The kick was, I think the kick might have been going long anyway.
Smart by Anderson. If he's got 1 foot out of the field of play and touches the ball, it's a penalty. And you'll see there, he's got it out of the field of play.
I think,
oh, did he put it out later? Difficult to see.
This would be interesting. I'd have been tempted to go for goal there.
Well, it's a penalty, and Catalan will start.
As you said, you know, Dave, the importance of that conversion. He had another crack there, lovely day. I think he wouldn't have been short.
Well, it isn't the longest pitch either, is it, Jonathan?
It's not. It's a soccer pitch.
Here's Kenny Edwards.
You can have a crack near the halfway line.
He's made an impression since his arrival.
They're so confident.
In Perpignan, Battieri. Bousquet. So they really have freshened things up down the middle of the French. They look bright. Garcia. Drinkwater. Edwards. It's Garcia again. Bousquet. Oof. Thompson came and hit him hard, but he just spins off that and carries on. Quickly out of dummy half, it's delivered again. It's a drop kick, a drop goal attempt by Gigot, and it has gone over. And that does give them that 3-score lead now. 13 points to 0, 32 minutes, and the script has been word perfect from Catalan so far.
It has. That could prove so vital, couldn't it, in the fullness of time there. Smart to take it early in the game, 32 minutes. But when you look at the scoreboard, a 12-0 scoreboard to become 13-0, real clever play there from the fullback.
Well, you see, like hit up meters at the moment. St Helens 303, Catalan Dragons 437. That just shows how well the forwards have gone.
Well, what a semi-final we've got building here. There will be a reaction from St Helens. You can more or less count on that in the second half, but Catalan in this first half are doing exactly what they need to do.
Well, they've dominated the game, Dave, but they've not only dominated the game out on the field of play, they've dominated on the scoreboard as well, which is obviously the most important one. But at some stage, St Helens will get some momentum.
It's all going the way of the side from Perpignan at the moment.
And there's nothing fancy.
Ball steal, ball steal after the tackle was complete.
Well, penalties conceded, no. Mounting for St Helens, plus the errors. They put themselves under pressure.
There's no value in an extra 2 points here.
No, it's further pressure on the St Helens goal line defence.
So it's a kick for touch and attack and looking for 6 rather than just the 2. Williami with the tap, Drinkwater. Surging effort from Louis Anderson. Couple of yards away. On a little dart out of dummy half here.
I think he's held up.
Held up 2.
Garcia.
Garcia 2. Played out there, Ben. Wait for me, Ben.
Back to the 10.
2.
Played again, Ben.
Goal line, Louis.
Well, that was imperative that St Helens prevented him scoring there, but still 4 tackles left.
Langi to Gigot. Opposite on the inside to Mead and tries to go himself. Tierney. Big surging effort here from a big standoff half. Sonny Langi, the Tongan international. They've still got tackles in the bag. Drinkwater. Oh, that was high from Morgan Knowles. And he might be in trouble here. I think he might have that sickening feeling in the pit of his stomach that once the debris is cleared, the referee has something stern to offer his way.
Well, it's against the grain, isn't it? It's wrong-footed him, but
Give him some room, please.
it's whether it came in to come off his chest and then make contact with his head. It'll be an interesting decision.
He didn't miss.
I don't think it's a sending off, personally. I think it's called the chest.
And James Willoughby is offering the case for the defence here.
What you're saying.
It's a big call, this is.
What does Judge Robert Hicks think?
I'd like to see it again. I'd like to see it again in slow motion, where the first contact was made.
There was no intent or anything, it's just because he was wrong-footed, wasn't he? And he's wrong-footed.
You deal with it. Let's get him sorted.
So his technique ain't the
leave
best.
it with me. We're ref again. You play it.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for
But I'm
Knowles.
refing it as I think it's fine. You're going to take him off.
There is Kenny Edwards. He's flawed, and Kenny Edwards has done that to a few down the years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, mate.
That's how it feels, Kenny.
It's a massive call in the game, context of the game, this is.
Well, I think, Jonathan, it will be put on report, but it'll just be a penalty.
It's an easy way out, yes.
Well, the referee's got a lot of time to think about this, hasn't he? Does that help Morgan Knowles? Because the referee's not going
Morgan Knowles, mate,
on an emotional reaction. He's thought about it. Is it yellow or red? Is it yellow or red?
Our report.
Mate, you need to go off. You're having a head assessment, mate.
It just looked like he was searching for his card there. Now he's having a word with the touch judge.
Mate, you're going for a head assessment. You've got to go, mate. He's asked you to go.
Saying that Kenny Edwards has to get off the field. Here we go.
Morgan.
Big moment. Yellow. We're getting a glimpse of yellow. It is 10 minutes.
He's a very lucky man.
His secondary contact. There's a reason
10 minutes in the bin. So
gonna be
6 or 5 that remain in this half. The 5 in the second half. St Helens down.
It could have been either, couldn't it? It was just down to the referee. It could have been either that.
I think that's well refereed, because it doesn't spoil the semi-final, does it, by one team being a man down for 50 minutes, but it was an illegal challenge. And they're going to have 10 minutes playing with 12 men. I think Steve McNamara might have wanted his team to run the ball, because obviously 13 on 12, but Drinkwater going for the option of making the 13 to 15.
Yeah, I think the tackle was frustration and fatigue, because they've absolutely come down the middle, the Dragons.
Well, he's looked pretty good so far today. Just missed the one. Josh Drinkwater puts that one over, and it's 15 points to 0. Catalan now lead.
They're a champion side, St Helens, but this is the biggest test so far. We know what they're like and how they can score tries, you know, whenever they want to. But they've got to turn this round, because they've got the Dragons forwards have got them in a real stranglehold. If anything, they've actually bullied them, haven't they, on the game?
They have. And this is where we've all raved about Danny Richardson, Johnny Lomax. They're still young. They're still young halfbacks. And this is going to be a heck of a situation they're going to have to dig their team out of.
But as young halfbacks, they need the pack to get on top, don't they?
That's the thing. It's the forwards that have got to really pull their socks up now. Get them back into this game somehow.
Meanwhile, the Catalan forwards keep on doing what they've kept on doing right from the first whistle.
Look where they are now. It's an easy kick for the halfbacks.
Gigot got space in which to run, and he's going to run it, and out it goes to Julian, and Julian cuts back on the inside and gets the pass away, and Gigot will score! Tony Gigot will score! Catalan are over again! Oh! They are turning this semi-final into a walking day so far, and they don't know what to think. St Helens looking very second best. It is the Dragons who are breathing fire.
What a last tackle play again. The orthodox to kick. This wasn't the orthodox. This is Eyes Up Rugby League. And Gigot did the business. He's read where the space was. He passed the ball wide to the space. And through the went Julian it is. And what composure there, just to offload to the inside, the supporting Gigot. And over it goes by the post. That's a great decision by the French fullback. And that's a great result, which will be 6 points after this kick.
He's been brilliant, hasn't he? He's been brilliant. He's taken the ball up, he's taken the ball to the line. The back three, the centre and the winger dropped back. He noticed that. He put the ball through the hands. Inside support. Easy try. Brilliant play.
I don't think anybody predicted this. Drinkwater puts it over, flags go up again, 4 out of 5, 21 points to 0. 21 points for St Helens to overhaul in the 42.5 minutes that remain.
Well, they're not just beating them, they're absolutely walloping them, aren't they?
They are. There hasn't been, apart from the Roby effort, they haven't really created anything. They've had no field position. Totally dominant.
St Helens have played all year like a Rolls Royce. Today they barely got off the drive. We've just not seen the best of them, and we've not been allowed to see the best of them because of how good Catalan are.
They put a clamp on the Rolls Royce. They have, Dave, I'm telling you.
Enough of that analogy. There's Mead, the Papua New Guinean captain, of course, at the last World Cup, David Mead.
They've all done well. Mead has carried ball, Tierney's carried ball, Gigo's carried ball. The forward just giving him a little breather.
McAlorum going out of dummy half and finding support with Lange, and Lange teasing and tantalising and running past Barber as if he wasn't there. And look where they are again now, flooding forward. The pass is poor, but it's picked up off the bounce. They're over again. They are over again. Garcia with another. This is unbelievable. This is literally unbelievable.
It is. And again, the first incision was straight down the middle. It went straight through the middle before they went to an edge. And over they go. I think Christophe Jouffret, the chief executive of the Catalan Dragons, he'll be looking for the cheap hotel bills, because my word, they can start booking them, I think, now. That's a great bust, isn't it? Straight down the middle of the ruck there. It's Lange there, and then there is an element, a loss of composure, but the ball hits the ground. But what a good pickup from Garcia, and over he strolls for a bit of English sunshine.
But again, the break down the middle, defence was all over the place. A bouncing ball, he picks it up. They've had a bit of luck in this first half, but they've made it all themselves, haven't they? They've absolutely destroyed St Helens in this first half. They need half-time, St Helens.
They've only lost twice all season, St Helens, against Wakefield and Leeds. Only twice all season.
You only need to lose twice and not win anything in this season, isn't it? That's it.
Well, John Wilkin was referencing a little earlier this week the 2005 year, I think it was, when Saints finished the league ladder 8 points clear and yet finished up with nothing in terms of the Challenge Cup or a grand final. Didn't even reach the finals. Are we going to see something similar here? Drinkwater bangs it over again. 27 points to 0.
Well, as a half of rugby league, well, this Catalan Dragons team has been absolutely outstanding, and they're fully deserving of that 27 points up on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an interesting second half.
I'm with you, John. We've absolutely praised St Helens for their performances this year. But Catalan Dragons have been fantastic this first half, absolutely fantastic. The game plan of McNamara played to a T.
Well, at the start of the year, for the first 5-6 weeks, Catalan were a laughing stock. Nobody's laughing now, certainly not St Helens fans.
And you can see, Drinkwater, they're just pulling them in, they're not going off the field, they're going to get into a huddle on the halfway line. Just watch.
Let's go down, though, because Benny Barber is with Tolson Toller.
Good coat this. Not a great half. How do you turn it around?
With energy. That's the only way we want to come back. And that's why they're winning at the moment. They come out full of energy. No confidence, all the confidence in the world, and to put us in our place though, and we just got our pants pulled down there. And it's going to be one hell of a fight to come back, but look, I still have faith in our side. We've showed it all year. But we can come back against good sides, and look, I think it's going to come down to energy, and we're in the back end of the game.
Thanks, Ben.
All right.
Josh Drinkwater. Josh, a first half full of physicality. Could you ever have been expecting your wildest dreams to be 27-0 up?
No, mate, it's a good start. I think with St Helens, they can score 27 points pretty quickly. So we've got another 40 minutes. You have to come out and do that again and be physical and defend really well, complete our sets, and it should get us home.
Josh, thanks for your time.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Years. Remember 2008, last time they were there. The year before that, they beat Catalan at the brand new Wembley, the very first game of rugby league at the brand new Wembley. Catalan not exactly humiliated that day, but they were very much second best, losing 30 points to 8. Well, nothing second best about what they produced so far here today, and they are starting this second half. Catalan in the manner in which they hope to proceed.
Take it on the front foot. They are capable of doing it. With the attacking players behind, they are capable of doing it. But it all starts with these big boys here. They have to set the platform and really pile into the Catalan Dragons forwards.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this second 40 minutes, Dave, because there's going to be a story, isn't there? The story of St Helens getting walloped, or one of the greatest comebacks ever in this competition.
Well, St Helens struggling to get to the halfway line here on the 5th. Percival will play the ball. Roby high to Richardson. He's got to readjust what exactly he meant to do, and his kick therefore is straight into the chest of Tony Gigot.
Yeah.
And Gigot's back to the 25 before he's met by that rabble.
He adjusted well then, the poor pass, got a left foot kick in.
Tierney.
But you can see the difference in the defensive line speed, can't you? They're hungry, Catalan Dragons.
Edwards to his feet. Drinkwater back to the middle. Hammered down by Battieri. Couple of plays to go. Offered again. Well, they're on the 5th. And the last. Gigot's kick. Barber has it covered. Catches on the full. He's having a look, see if he was in the in-goal area. The referee says no, you weren't. So they play from there. Tolson Tollett's got news of what was said in those changing rooms at half-time.
Yeah, Dave, a pretty easy team talk, I think, for the Catalans coach, Steve McNamara. It's a case of keep the speed up, stick with what we're doing in the first half, and just don't give Saints a path back into the match. I think that's the overwhelming message from Steve McNamara. This St Helens team are very good. Don't give them an opportunity. And then for the St Helens side, Justin Holbrook, pretty simple there as well. Get back to what we know. Get too busy worrying about what the opposition are going to bring at you, and they have to strike next, which is the obvious point.
Thanks, Tolson. Well, he's had his heartbreaks at the hands of St Helens as Steve McNamara in this competition a couple of times as a player in '97, Wembley Stadium, the old Wembley, and as a coach of the Bradford Bulls in 2007 in a semi-final, I think that was. So twice as a Bradford player and coach. St Helens have beaten him. Is he getting retribution today? He's got, or his side have got a penalty here. Remember, Saints still down to 12 for the time being. It'll be another 3 or 4 minutes before they have. Well, another couple of minutes before they are back to the 13.
Everything seems to be going Dragons' way. Every decision, they've got to make the most of it. Just don't get involved.
Yeah. Even if you feel things, you can't play the victim. Even if you feel things are going against you, you've just got to look at the next play, the next set of 6, and get on with the game like that.
Here's a scamper out of dummy half by Benjamin Garcia. This is Battieri. Oh, it's a pass that struggled but held on to a step back. Benjamin Julien. He had a spell at Warrington, didn't he, not that long ago? In fact, last year he was still at that club. Here's Garcia going right, Lange. There are smaller half-backs in the game. This is Garcia again in that dummy half roll. A step back towards the left, and an offload by Busquet has kept it alive, and Anderson will take them on down the middle, right in front of the sticks. It's the last play, and it's another penalty right in front of the sticks. Right in front.
2 points here.
If they want to kick it, it's an easy one.
They'll be kicking this, Dave. Just keep the scoreboard ticking over, keep the pressure building on St Helens.
If they win the ruck and they're going
and you'll
quick,
get more and more of those 50-50s.
No, I'm not saying you. That's what the penalty's
Morgan
for.
Knowles
You need to calm down.
down below is about to come back on out of the sin bin. 13-0 when he went off.
Yeah, mate.
Could be 29-0 when he comes back on again.
Will be.
Yep, and the referee's quite right. It was a penalty.
And you think, look, 2 interference penalties.
Well, it's simply because they're carrying so hard, and they're being able to get to the front and play the ball quickly. So consequently, Saints aren't being good enough in that area, and you take shortcuts, you get penalties away.
As Brian said, after up the middle, they've taken them on up the middle, and they've smashed them. And it's up to those forwards now to try and match it, because if they go too wide too early, you know, it's not going to work. So they've got to go forward first.
Knowles is now back on, and Drinkwater kicks it, and that is 29-0. The Catalan lead here. Still 5 tries and 5 goals. Just the 5 tries and 5 goals, Joel.
But without Catalan scoring again, that's the big one as well. And I think what this Dragons team and Steve McNamara have done, they've given all the sub-league coaches a template for when you play St Helens.
I was thinking that.
That's an interesting kick there. Just hung it high and hung it long, and Mead has to come in. He's had the ball stolen. Referee's not sure about that. He's going to ask the touch judge whether the tackle was complete before the ball came out. What do you think? Have a look at this.
He was on the ground.
He
was on the ground.
Yeah.
The officials have got it right.
Penalty for Catalan.
I think Robert Hicks and his team officials have done really well today. I really do.
Yep. It's an intense atmosphere, and they've been very calm and composed in their decision making.
Mead with a tap, immediately taking on the responsibility. Gigot at dummy half. Benjamin Julien. He's like a missile. Don't quite see the full effect on that occasion. That's how he kind of plays the game. Here's Bousquet.
He's been immense. Bousquet has been immense.
To Lazignon. Gigot offering it back on the inside to Battieri.
Again, the middle channel.
It's not changing, are they?
No.
They are not changing this formula.
Just be relentless.
Anderson. Casti. Remy Casti. Now it's Drinkwater with a kick towards that in-goal area, and all that Barber can do is just carry it out of play and concede the dropout underneath the sticks. I think if nothing else tells you how dominant Catalan have been today, the fact that we've hardly mentioned Ben Barber, a potential superstar of this game, the fact that he's hardly been mentioned shows you how little options Saints have been given.
Even Percival, Lomax, they haven't been mentioned, have they? They haven't had the opportunity.
Who has been mentioned have been all this Catalan Dragons forward pack.
Running out of.
Yep.
Let's go, Danny.
Barber's lost his boot, and just using the excuse of tying the laces up again to slow things down a little here. They all do it. Richardson with a drop. Anderson.
Move. Hold, go.
And here they come again, taken in by Bousquet.
Release, Luke. Go 2.
Here's Garcia.
3, move, James. Hold, play.
Thierry to his feet. There's a little look at the referee, thought he might be milking a penalty out of that situation. Bousquet keeps it alive, Here comes Drinkwater, little dummy show.
4, move, Danny.
5 metres away, still tackles in the bag. The money's on Catalan scoring next at this moment. Anderson with a pass away. Bousquet held up. So here they are, final play. Langui quickly there, a little bit of a slip. Gigot holds them off. Tries to get a kick in, then puts a loses pass. Tierney back to Mead. Mead with a kick that hits a St Helens man. St Helens have it back here. Oh, and then the ball goes free, and Mead picks it up and scores a try. But there's so many questions. Like an Agatha Christie novel, this one. There might be a twist or two before we get to the conclusion. The referee says on the field. What is he saying on the field? Well, he's saying a thing or two to James Roby at the moment.
And Roby said that's gamesmanship. If someone's injured,
no try on the field. No try on the field.
Please check for the contact.
Let's then throw it to the video referee for the first time today. Here's Phil Bentham.
I've got a no try and he's checking it.
let's go through from the kick, because we have to check onside first, sorry.
First of all, please, BT. Onside, offside, first of all.
James.
Okay, first kick, pause it on the foot, please.
Back to the foot, please, BT. Back to the foot. There it is.
Okay, I'm happy they're onside.
I'm not going to pull much more.
They're onside there, that's fine. I think there's a second kick though now. Or is it just a fumble? Might just be a fumble. Looks like Percival's knocked on. But we've also got to see the contact on Percival. So, Percival knocks on into the Catalan player. Just go back and let's have a look at the contact on Percival, please. Knock on, but there's contact on the head of Percival. We don't need to go any further than that. The foul play overrides the knock on, therefore it will be a penalty to St Helens for a high tackle. Contact with the head, Rob.
Well, this is going to go down one in one corner of the stadium, isn't it? St Helens fans have got something to hang on to. Penalty for St Helens.
It was interesting to see what James Roby said there. It was gamesmanship. He was injured, he dropped the ball, shouldn't have been allowed, but I think there was an escape clause there with a high shot. Right decision.
I think if they had scored, that would have been that.
Oh, all over.
Absolutely, that was that. As it is,
I think that contact there tells you.
Yes.
That's that, really, to tell you the truth.
3 defenders smashed John Wilkin then.
Thompson. Roby out of dummy half. Lomax on this left-hand side. Carries to the line. Wilkin can't get the pass away because Mead is right in his face. And they're all having a nibble here. McCarthy Scarsbrook to Fage. Here's Barber. Now it's Swift.
It's too lateral. It's too lateral.
Well, they're not going forward, are they?
No, they're just
There's no one
mapping
at
off
dummy half.
it.
There's no one at dummy
Dragons.
half. Barber gets in there. Up goes the kick. And, well,
Good chance.
Great in both respects there.
Yeah.
Terrific catch by Tierney and wonderfully well timed by Percival. And Tierney feels like his rib cage has just crunched inside him, but it was perfectly legal.
And this is what they need.
Now the Saints fans are off their seats. Knock on.
2 knock-ons. First knock-on. Come down.
Saints heading feed. Listen to the reaction from the Saints fans. It's as if they've just scored a try.
Well, it's almost as important as that. That's a great contact there, just feeling the ball, and they whacked him as he received it. Look at the line speed here. Line speed, aggression, contact. That forced the error.
Yeah.
That's an important point for St Helens in this game.
I wonder whether we'll be looking back at the David Mead no try in that particular moment as a big turning point in the game, or whether it's just a footnote in an otherwise easy win for Catalan. We shall see. We shall see. A lot depends on what happens in this next set of 6, which will take a time to take, because Tierney's getting some treatment here. You can forgive him needing a bit of treatment.
Great take, great tackle.
Well, it's a physical game, isn't it? As the Catalan forwards have demonstrated consistently, and that's a physical challenge from Mark Percival on Lewis Tierney.
Brilliant time tackle.
Time's off. You're not losing anything. You caused that yourself. Tony, get that heading. Ball. Out.
Here we go. Here we go. Lomax. Little spin away from Makinson. But they swarm around him again.
They are swarming, Dave. They're hunting them, aren't they? Really are.
Thompson, he can put a bit of honesty into that situation. Straightforward, brute honesty. Richardson to Lomax to Barber. Quick hands, and now it's Percival. And Percival will finally open St Helens' account. It has taken them nigh on 50 minutes to get over that whitewash. But now they're there, and now they have a bit of hope milk in this semi-final.
They do. That's an important passage, isn't it, from the disallowed try to that error that Saints forced to the try that scored. And it was a well-taken try. Yeah. And they just managed to get the ball away before that onrushing Catalan defence came. But Gigo is absolutely ruining Kenny Edwards for going the wrong side of the ruck. It left them short on the right, and that's the consequence.
And also Tierney came in. He was in no man's land, and he got the ball beyond it. It was an easy run. He should have stayed his line a little bit. It's like when JV said at half-time, if one goes in, you all go in. And you've got to try and stop it at source. Unfortunately, then Tierney went in, nobody else went in. There was numbers on the outside. Just what St Helens wanted.
So Danny Richardson, this young kid has kicked some unbelievable goals in unbelievable circumstances this year, but he won't be putting that in his scrapbook. That's gone wide. And they need all they can get. They need all they can get. They can't afford to be missing goals in this situation. No. But 4:29 give us Saints a glimmer when previously there was only darkness.
Yes, and that's the hope that they've got. But my word, it's a heck of a long way back still, 25 points.
Hell of a way.
And I'll tell you, Gigo, it was really giving Kenny Edwards it there because he felt that he'd been dishonest at the ruck. He pointed him to the right, he went to the left, and that left them down on numbers.
Here's a ball of energy, Louis McCarthy, Scarsbrook. Always looks ready for the rumble, doesn't he? Fage, Theo Fage, the Frenchman against the Frenchmen. Roby, dummy half, penalty St Helens. Tides changing.
Yeah, momentum. You'll have momentum in the game. You got to make up those points when you have it.
Richardson bangs it out of play. St Helens restart will be 10 metres inside the Catalan half. Here it comes. And here he comes, Thompson. Oh, stop me if you can. And how many metres did he make after the first impact there? Another good 5 or 6. Richardson left to Fage. Here comes Wilkin. Couple of plays gone. And they're creeping closer. McCarthy, Scarsbrook. The engine's running now. Roby. Fage. Oh, and he's missed the cue to Thompson. And it's Catalan who have it.
It's more like the Saints we know. Poor pass by Fage there. No, he didn't need to push that pass. It was a poor pass.
Free play. So the tackle count starts here from Catalan. They'll just be looking for an honest set here, won't they? Straightforward 5 with a kick.
Like they've done all game.
Yeah. Oh, or maybe they'll put a bit of flash on. But the pass goes through the hands of Yaha. Richardson has it. This is a free play. That's why he is trying to make things happen. And when they don't quite, he knows that they can revert back to the original decision, which is head and feet for St Helens.
They've got to get in the scrum as well. They've got to stop the clock.
Well, he should take those, shouldn't he, the wingman?
He's got to take them. What an opportunity that is.
Yeah, if you stood out there on the sidelines sunning yourself when you call him to play, you need to do your job.
That could have been the end.
Look at you being dismissive about wingers, John Kerr.
Muscular touch judges, Dave.
Yeah, you were one of those. The sunning yourself on the sidelines.
Muscular touch judges. Even the refs are muscular now. I'm not sure why. The whistle's not that heavy to carry around, is it?
It's the burden of responsibility, Jiffy.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think it's ego myself.
So St Helens with a set that starts inside the Catalan half. Well, look at the job they've done there on Makinson. So often he makes inroads.
Defensively, William and Mead have been very good as well.
And Percival, who's made more tackle busts than anyone else in the Super League this year. 140. Barber's the next best at 115. Still the second at tackle. That's the third. Knowles put down. Thompson taken off at the kneecaps by Battieri. Fage. Richardson ducks underneath Julian. Lost his head and lost his footing. I think he got a real cop around the head there, and the ref, I think, is going to go back to a penalty for St Helens.
Yeah, fair shot. He's been advantage. It was a high shot. Penalty.
Well, if the score
Tap and go.
Score this set, Jonathan.
Yep. Well, we know Saints are well capable of scoring 5 tries. well capable.
It's a terrific drive in the first instance. Morgan Mills making up for lost time. Roby's down at dummy half and puts it back, and Thompson will try to run over the top of them. With a Catalana holding on. Here comes the tempest, the storm, and here comes McCarthy Scarsbrook.
Here we go.
He scores again. St Helens have two now back-to-back in 5 minutes. There's the belief. The Wembley trip might be back on. They're feeling the sunshine, finally.
Yes, great play, wasn't it? They set the point up for their attacking shape, and it was very well executed. Richardson hit the lead runner, McCarthy Scarborough really came onto the ball, and over he goes there, through the Catalan defence. He's gone low as Julian, and over the top McCarthy Scarborough goes.
Yeah.
You can feel the rumble around the ground, can't you? You can feel the rumble of expectation now. Saints fans, full voice.
And at any other side, 29-0 down, you're thinking, oh, it's over, it's over. But just because it's St Helens, they've done it so many times before. It's just that still that buzz of excitement, anticipation. And he knows it as well.
He may well know it's Steve McNamara, but I'll tell you what, Jonathan, it's only be 29-10 up at this stage.
I'm with you, John.
29-10
I'm
down.
with you, John. I'm with you.
Well, he might just be having nightmares. Remember, I think it was a playoff game a few years ago when he was the Bradford coach against Brian Noble's Wigan, and I think they were leading that game by a similar margin, and Wigan came rocking and rolling right back to win that match. Are St Helens going to do something here in a Challenge Cup semi-final? Thompson. There's the final, 25th of August, don't miss it. Whoever's in, it's going to be a cracker. It's 2 from 4, Saints or Catalan, and Leeds against Warrington coming up next. It's been a wonderful day here at Bolton. The occasion has been terrific. A couple of hours before kick-off, everyone outside. Wonderful atmosphere. Lomax. Barber swoops away from one, offers us to another. Here comes Benny Barber. Barber trying to get a toe end on that, missed it. The ball gets dropped, and even though Regan Grace kicks it on, the referee says it was a knock-on. We saw a glimpse of the magic.
We did, but that's a great tackle again from Benjamin Julian, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The cover tackle.
I think he was beaten a couple of times,
yeah,
Julian, but got back again.
He did, he looked round the back, didn't he? And that's great work ethic that he showed there to defuse the situation. But there's worrying signs for the Dragons, good signs for the Saints.
He's a wonderful runner, isn't he?
Come on,
Benny
boys.
Barber, wonderful to
Come on,
watch
mate,
this
it's not
year.
for doing this now, it's injuries.
Didn't quite come off then.
Come on, let's get in. No, it's injuries, we're not spraying out. Come on. Let's get in.
19 points the difference. It is still 4 times St Helens have to score.
Stay close, John. Head in, please, Ben. Head.
That drop goal.
Ball in.
Well, back in the 32nd minute from Giga. Could yet prove so crucial. Tierney, who started it all off with a try. Back in the 20th. Edwards.
Move, make me mark.
As expected, just a little bit flatter now.
Effort forward by Moa.
Well, he knows one way only, doesn't he, Sam Moa?
There's Langi.
Release, Luke. Hold the ass for hold. Good.
St Helens singing their song. Casti.
Move now. Go.
And a kick on the last out of dummy half by Giga. No need for Grace to take a gamble on that, because he knows his side get head and feet.
But Dave, don't you think he should have made a play for that? I mean, the clock's not their friend, is it?
No, it's not.
You know, they need the ball, they need it in play, they need to be playing quick.
I think he was fizzing past him as well, John. I can think, look, okay, maybe he assessed it very quickly. He did give up on it rather quickly as well.
That hits his boot and rolls out of the touch. Momentum's completely changed again.
It's all about decisions.
Great at the minute, just look at it.
The game's all about making the right decisions.
Okay, John, we've got another match to go yet.
Calm down, John.
Mark your head in. Heads. Go on.
Lomax with a feed.
Out.
Here's Regan Grace.
one. Move, Remy, get square. Hold.
Roby.
Well held, Julie.
Richardson. Little dummy. He can't skip.
Still need their forwards.
Here he is, Thompson. Good effort.
Well, he's ploughed a lonely footed, hasn't he?
He has.
He needs some backup, doesn't he, young Thompson?
McCarthy Scarsbrook's had an influence and a great offload as well. And here's Lomax ducking and getting away to Farge, and Farge taking those quick steps forward. And all in all, that's a good little play. From tackle 3 to tackle 4, they've covered some distance. Wilkin, there was nobody near him. Couldn't get a pass away. Knock on.
Brilliant hit.
Knock
again.
on.
Bousquet, he has stood up today.
It's been fantastic, hasn't it? Really good. I mean, that's a real physical, aggressive challenge, isn't it? Worthy of a Challenge Cup semi-final.
French are singing their song.
That is a momentum killer, isn't it? That hit.
Not many French supporters here today, about 200 or so. Expensive trip from the south of France this time of year, especially apparently, but they've enjoyed making that trip.
It'll be expensive in August the 25th, won't it, Dave?
Yep.
You need another one in this scrum. Come on, he can stay out, somebody else comes in.
I was talking to a French journalist yesterday who was saying that if the final was played in Paris, if Catalan were in it, they'd fill any stadium. But getting to London is so difficult for them that it might be difficult to sell tickets amongst the Catalan faithful.
I think you had to be there, Dave, for that conversation.
Macaroon. It's Moore.
2. Move now. Hold, Louis.
Plenty of time left in the day. This is Remy Casti. Again, look at that. Look at that carry. He's carrying them like rucksacks further downfield. McLaurin out of dummy half. Busquets pass and Drinkwater with a ball back on the inside for Gigot, the ever dangerous Tony Gigot, who's still keeping alive. Look at this from Gigot. He will not be tackled. Well, eventually he is. McLaurin out of dummy half, goes right to Lange. Lange shows a little dummy. 5 away, 1 tackle to go. Drinkwater chips, nurdles it. Richardson's under it. It's spilled. Picked up by Barber. Play on. Good job. Benny Boy was there.
Well cleared up. Dangerous kick again.
Yeah, good place to turn over, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Swift.
Look at the line speed as well again. 60 minutes into the game. Hooked in from Marker.
Back 3 having trouble getting away. McCarthy Scarsbrook's coming off. He looks exhausted. Tyres coming on. Saints meantime carry on. Thompson head jerks back at the ferocity of the hit.
Oh, look at that. Look where they are. Last tackle. Look where they are.
Richardson could do with a 40-20. He thinks he might be able to zip through. He can't. So back it comes to Wilkin. Lomax. This is oh, it's a forward pass. Forward pass. Well, they lost their way. They might have gone for a 40-20. Richardson fancied that he might have seen a route through, and Saints in the end give it up with a forward pass.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly brought some energy to the Saints, hasn't it, Theo Farge? And that's the last tackle decision by Richardson to run the ball. Possible knock on there from John Wilkin, but certain forward pass here from Theo Farge.
So Catalan look to have steadied things down, don't they, here? Saints had that momentum, but Catalan back with an element of control. Moa. Edwards, Kenny Edwards, 6 tries in his 8 appearances before today. He's another who's made a big impact.
Here they come again.
Effort from Simon, Michael Simon. Look how close they are. Drinkwater, Lange, Moore is over. Sam Moore over the line, and that might just be a match winner for the French. They're on their way to Wembley for the second time in their history, barring a miraculous escape from St Helens now.
Well, if there's ever been a philosophy of play through rather than round, the Catalan Dragons have executed perfectly. Again, it was route one, again it was direct, and it got big man Sam Moore on small man Theo Fage. And my word, did he go over the top of him.
Yeah.
All came back to this forward pass
By Fage,
which was their last tackle play. They ran the ball, but then just look at this. Big man on small man. Over you go.
that's all they've done, isn't it? They've targeted Richardson, they've targeted, Lomax, they've targeted Fage, and the half-backs have been brilliant. Lange, this time, holding the defence, isolating the defender, and that's a tough ask to stop that guy that close to the line. And that is it. That is Catalan. He'll be happy. Deliriously happy.
So here comes Drinkwater. Drinkwater, left-footed, strokes it over. 35 points to 10. Robbie Hunter ball.
Well, body language is so important for St Helens right now. There's still over 15 minutes to go in this game. By no means, this St Helens team can score 4 or 5 tries in that time. They need to do it. Body language and energy is everything.
Well, the dynamics of the stadium have changed since the beginning of the game when the end to our right-hand side, what we're looking at there, what you can see there is the St Helens fans, and you can see very little animation, but to our right it was mostly empty, but they are filling those seats quickly now. Sellout Stadium today, of course. They're filling those seats with the Leeds and Warrington supporters, and it was their roar. They were the ones who were roaring that lifted the noise on that Sam Moore try. There's the next game, 2:45 as it stands, and a forum red button online from 5 o'clock, hashtag BBCRL, all the usual social media routes to take part in the conversation. And what about the final? Catalan are on their way to London on the 25th of August.
And I'll tell you what, Dave, they may well be cheering the Catalans now, but whoever plays against them on that day at Wembley, they've got a job on.
Yeah, St Helens fans might want to buy a ticket or two to go and get retribution if their side do not get back here. That's a kick which just dribbles agonisingly away from Swift. Saints get the head and feed. 16 to go. This is their season here, isn't it, Catalan? They've made the 8. They're not going to really, realistically, not going to push for a grand final place in those top 8s.
I tell you what, Dave, if they play like this, it'll be tough to beat.
They'll cause some carnage.
Oh, carnage!
Like
they are capable. We know individually they've been, they've looked very dangerous on paper. Collectively, they've actually, played as a team with direction from the half-back, threatening. There's always been the big forwards, and today they have absolutely smashed St Helens forwards.
That's a knock-on the very first. That sums up the mood for St Helens at the moment.
Yeah.
Justin Albrook must be absolutely devastated with what's befallen his side today.
It's not very often you can enjoy a semi-final with 15 minutes to go. But I think the Catalan players can now.
Well, I'm certain that Steve McNamara can.
Yeah.
England coach led England to a series win, of course, against New Zealand under his tenure.
He told me before the game, if he's in the studio for the second game, I hope there's some light refreshments there for him, he said.
Here's Garcia.
Well, he's done his job very, very well, hasn't he? And his team have done their job outstandingly well.
Drinkwater with a pass to his left.
Same formula.
Casti held up 5 away. McAlorum had a dummy half. And Simon did well to hang on to that. McAlorum, back it comes Yico. Taking him on, quick hands. Mead pops it over the top. Tierney. Well dragged out of play, good defence.
Yeah.
I'm going to be disappointed he didn't finish there, Tierney, but...
Well, let's give Saints a bit of credit there. That was urgent defence, it was. They worked really hard to get across to Tierney, and they did a good job. I think that little fumble just gave them the chance, the time, the opportunity to get over there. This is one of the great semi-final performances, you know, this.
Yeah,
it really is. Put it a team who's lost so few games over the season, and they've really put them to the sword.
Well, they've been in. This is their third semi-final now, Catalan. They got rather battered and bruised against Warrington in 2010, 50-odd points to 12. But the 2007 one they won, which again, citing Brian Noble, it was Brian Noble's Wigan that day. Little Stacey Jones was a magician that day. Well, that was a terrific semi-final.
He was a world-class player, Stacey Jones.
But this is a really assured, complete.
It's a great team performance, this.
Yeah,
it is.
All the 17 guys who've been out there for the Dragons can feel that they've contributed fully.
To be honest, St Helens had no answer to it, did they? Out-muscled, and they didn't have an answer to it.
Here's Swift. Looking to Lomax, and here's a bit of room now for Zeptire to strike through. Trying to push away the defenders that chase.
No support here.
Here's Barber. Richardson, Roby. Still it goes along the line. Cut back towards the middle. And Makinson, who steps out of a couple of tackles, does well. We've seen him do that kind of thing destructively all year. Not often enough today, though. Not been given the chance. Lomax to Barber. Barber now onto the line. Double pump from him, and Percival will project his way through and score at the corner, I think. No, we've got to have confirmation. What's he saying?
I think he scores.
Yeah, try on the field.
Check the grounding, please.
But we're going to have to go for confirmation. Let's hear again from Phil Bentham, the video referee.
So we're checking if he stays in the field of play and if he grounds the ball correctly. Ball's... oh. Looks like it slips out the ball actually there. Does he retain possession of the ball during that process? Is the ball still on the arm? That's what we need to see. If the ball remains in contact with his arm, it would be a try. Even if the hand comes off, if the arm stays in contact, it would be a try. There, it looks as if there's still a wrist on the ball. His foot is in the field of play. So I can confirm the on-field decision of a try.
Tell me when it's up, mate. You go straight there, I'll get in line.
So he's given it.
Just wait.
He's given it. But it's 35-14. So there's still a huge gap. And that clock just keeps ticking down. This would be incredible if St Helens rescue it from here, but he's kicked that. That's a wonderful kick from Richardson. So 16-35. So again, the context of that is 19 points now, so Saints have to score 4 more times.
Yeah, it was a well-constructed try, wasn't it? And Barber, once again, it's interested the fringe defences, but Percival really came onto that ball, showed great strength to finish.
Yeah, great finish by Percival. I'm on the outside once again.
Interchange spots for Helens leaving the field, number 15, Morgan Knowles, is replaced by number 13, Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook.
4 tries in 12 minutes, fellas. What are you thinking?
What are the odds?
Don't know. They'll be big.
Yeah, I can't see it coming off someone.
Scoring this set, we get a little excited. Thompson Wilkin. Lomax. Here's Benny Barber. Oh, that doesn't help.
Yeah, players who've been so dependable all season. Morgan Knowles did it earlier, and young Mark Percival's done it there.
Yeah.
And it's just not as they've played all season.
It's pressure, isn't it? Pressure. Yeah. Just watch again. The press defence are coming in. Didn't have enough time there.
It's probably the worst St Helens have played all year, and on the biggest of stages.
But they've not been allowed to play.
No, Catalan have been absolutely outstanding.
Well, the consolation for St Helens is they go back to the Super 8s that begin next week, knowing that only a couple of wins cements them in top spot. They're already guaranteed a semi-final place, I think, whatever happens. So they've got a crack at Old Trafford and a grand final, but they were desperate to get back to Wembley. They've not been there for 10 years. They were desperate to get back. It's not going to be their year. McAlorum. Drinkwater. Saints hanging on again here. Simon straightening up. McAlorum. Langi puts it back, and Moore gets the ball away, and Giga keeps it alive, and it's a penalty, offside.
Again, they opened him up.
Yeah, it's through the middle. And really clever out of. They've had lots of variation, but the general philosophy is we're going straight through you.
Yeah. Just what? Gigo again just hangs around, inside ball, runs the blind shoulder of the defender.
And don't forget, this is just the first of two. Leeds against Warrington. The next one. Both sides have arrived at the half-time in this game. We saw coaches and various players from the two sides milling around on the touchline.
0-0-0. Move. Hold now. Hold. Go 0. One. Move. Hold me, Kenny. Hold. Hold. Go. Don't hold the ball, Sam.
Here's Amor. Just some early team news, by the way, for people switching on for that Warrington-Leeds game. There was some doubt about Jamie Jones-Buchanan playing for Leeds. Well, he does play. He starts in the loose forwards position. And Ryan Hall, who had a little bit of doubt about him, he's also playing. Likewise, Richie Myler. So it's looking a pretty strong Leeds side. And we'll bring you all those teams and all the build-up as soon as we finish this game here. It's taken a deflection. St Helens have another set of 6.
0.
Making some plays. Thompson continues. 8.5 minutes to go. St Helens, Wembley dream. The sun is setting on that. Barber. Wouldn't he have been a wonderful individual to have watched at Wembley? Ben Barber, not to be. Nat Percival, dropped, knocked on. Heads down from St Helens, hands on hips from St Helens, high fives and thorough enthusiasm from Catalan.
Yeah, well, it was Mickey McAlorum, wasn't it? And I think the former Wigan player will take great delight at this. Great challenge there, forced the error, and he knows that he's going to progress to Wembley at the expense of Wigan's rivals, St Helens.
36th semi-final this for St Helens today, the Challenge Cup. It's going to be loss number 15.
Get in. Mike, head please. Head, Kyle. Ben, stay there. Mike, head. Ball, Sammy.
Here's Langi with a feed.
One. Move. Hold now, hold.
Tierney. McAlorum going left. Here's Kenny Edwards. Trying to plough a furrow 40 metres out from his own line. A pick-up and a dash by Braden Williami. 2 to go. I'll tell you, we don't feel the full effect of this from where we are, but you cannot measure how big this will be for French Rugby League.
And that's great game management, isn't it? Tony Gigot with a lovely kick into the corner there, not only buying territory but running that clock down as well. He's had a good game, him.
And the city of Perpignan Rugby League is very much a big deal. Catalan, their team, of course, but there are other French sides dotted around, the likes of Toulouse, who are looking to get into the Super League next year, who will feel a boost from this. French Rugby League will get so much pride from this side going to the Challenge Cup final.
Rightly so, it's been a tremendous performance. You know, the form side in the Championship of St Helens, littered with superstars, but, you know, they've been totally outplayed today.
He needs to bind, don't have a go at me, he needs to bind. He just don't want to do it. Heads.
Not that that is of any consolation to those who are following St Helens today. Will be thoroughly, and deservedly, thoroughly miserable, because the season they've had has been terrific, but just not able to do it today. Lomax is tackled. Roby's in at dummy half. Here comes Regan Grace. Can he add a bit of magic here? Nope, he runs into the unwelcoming arms of Sam Moa. Wilkin to Amor. Lomax. Little show and go.
Go.
Barber. Gigot will catch it in the field of play, and he stayed just about in the field of play, so Catalan started to sit there. That was untidy, but Tierney was able to scamper back and pick it up.
Free. Move now. Hold there, Louis. Hold. Hold.
Our Challenge Cup coverage this year on the BBC went right back to the first round when we streamed some of those early rounds, including Catalan against York. And on that day, Catalan were actually a little bit lucky to win against the third-tier side York, who are doing terrific this year, by the way, York. And they looked awful. They looked absolutely awful, but their improvement in form has been so dramatic. Here's Grace, looking to run it back.
And they're still doing the principles at the base of the game plan on really well, even now. Kicking well, chasing well, defending tough.
Surrender! Stand now, Mamie, come on. Hold, hold on.
Still trying.
3, move, hold.
But trying is the buzzword, I think, for Saints today. It's been very trying. Amor.
Move now, back here. Keep coming. Go for.
Roby spinning it back to Wilkin. Barber passing away. Making some with a chip and a chase, and Catalan have it covered, as you would expect today. So, Jonathan Davis, you've got the duty of picking the man of the joy of picking the man of the match today. Who are you going with?
Yeah, I think we've discussed it here, and the forwards, the Catalan Dragons forwards, have been absolutely immense. They've laid the platform for Lange and Drinkwater, but I think still the standard play for me has been Tony Gigot at full back. He is my Ladbrokes Challenge Cup man of the match. But, you know, it was a team effort. Even this guy was immense. But he has been the one standout player over and above the great team effort.
Here's Kenny Edwards making a cut and thrust of it down that left-hand side. The little flicked pass to keep it going. Lange. And now Garcia. 2 times try scorer in the first half. Drinkwater tries the chip. Wilkin picks it up. Is he going to go 70 yards?
I don't think so.
Is he going to go 60 more? No. They put the effort in here, Saints. And it is showing.
McAlora again. It's chasing everything down, isn't it?
It's fantastic, isn't it? You just love his whole approach to playing the game.
McCarthy scars broke, and he tried to get it away to Lomax, but it's dropped to the ground, and he drops to the ground in utter frustration and fatigue. Steve McNamara, what a year he has had at the Catalan Dragons. The start of the season, it was absolutely diabolical, but he said it would come good. He said it would come good. So many of his players involved in the World Cup for France and for Papua New Guinea and other nations as well, Ireland, other nations as well. More than any other club, I think, Catalan had players involved in that World Cup, so he knew it would take time for them to gel, and boy is it gelling now. Hug for the chief executive. They're on their way to Wembley. Nobody would have predicted the manner in which they've won this game, but the manner in which they have won this game suggests they have to be taken very, very seriously when we get to that Challenge Cup final in 3 weeks' time. Agony for Justin Holbrook.
He'll learn from it though. Justin Holbrook is a real clever guy and a very, very smart coach. And obviously it'll hurt greatly, but he will learn from it. And the youngsters within his team will learn from it as well.
Yeah, they have the quality to bounce back. They have to. They'll look at this game and learn from it. But the, Catalan Dragons, they have been, good individually, but they've lacked, consistency. That's what's been their problem.
What's going on here? A bit of cramp? It's a hot day. Robert Hicks has got no sympathy. Says, well, if he's injured, get the ball off him. And as soon as he hears that, Kenny Edwards jumps to his feet. There's a bit too much of that.
He's gone again, though. He's gone again, I think. Hang on.
I agree with you, though, Dave. There is too much for it at the minute. Stop starting the game, and all of a sudden, when they're told to play, it's a miraculous recovery.
Yeah, not part of rugby league, that is it. Without being all high and mighty about these things, but it's not. Here's Garcia.
Two brilliant drives.
Couple of plays to go here, and McIlorum's just going to kick for the corner. Great kick, really intelligent kick. Unluckily for him, it rolls too far, and Barber's cool enough to let it go dead. But the intent there was quite brainy, wasn't it? Lomax, Taya, Grace. I think we've got a bit of Remy Casti on the player mic as well, haven't we? So that's something to look forward to. Oh, that's a knock. Oh, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable knock-on from St Helens. That was a free play. So the referee says we'll go back to the knock-on. It's getting a little scrappy towards the end here, inevitably because of the balance of the game. Minute to go.
Tough day at the office, hasn't it, for those guys? And a tough day at the office for that guy as well.
Come on, guys, let's get going. Come on. Are you in this spot? Let's get going. Heads in. Head, please, Mike. Ball.
Edwards.
One. Move.
Only arrived at Catalan back in May, but he has had an impact. Here's Moa.
Move. Hold.
Nicky McIlorum's on his way back to Wembley again with Catalan this time.
3. Move. Come on. All the way.
McIlorum delivers. Gigo's just going to go for a drop goal. It's a tired attempt. It's a tap back on the 20, but there's only 26 seconds left to play here. No rush from St Helens. What's the point? So the last set, it's a kick and a chase. Referee says play on. Mead picks it up. Can he entertain us here? with a finish. In fact, it's Yaha. Yaha with a kick to the in-goal area. Barber collects it. Barber just pushing away. Giga Yaha, and down he goes with the tackle. Well, the blood and golds are on their way to Wembley. They've shed blood today at times. They have produced a golden performance. Catalan have been outstanding in this disposal of St Helens. Nobody would have predicted just how good Catalan would be today, how much better they would be than St Helens. Steve McNamara, hats off to you and your side. What a sensational victory for them.
Yeah, very, very impressive performance. You know, we all knew what they would come with. You know, even John Wilkins said at the start of the week. But they just couldn't compete with them. They steamrolled them in the first half. The forwards were immense, laid the platform, and they scored some tries. Very, very impressive and thoroughly deserved win for the Catalan Dragons.
Yeah, the game plan was perfect, and it was executed perfectly as well by the guys out there on the field. A first-class performance and a well-deserved victory, and we look forward to seeing them at Wembley.
Well, 1/4 of this stadium begins to empty. Disappointed St Helens supporters, but the rest of the ground is on its feet. Leeds fans, Warrington fans, and Catalan supporters too, celebrating that fine win, anticipating another fine game, Leeds-Warrington to come. But let's reflect on this sensational Catalan performance right now. Great team effort, but one individual standing out, Tony Gigo, and he is downstairs at the moment, and he's speaking with Tolson Tollett.
He certainly is, Dave. Tony Gigo, man of the match. First of all, I get Adrian Osman, the head of sponsorship at Ladbrokes, to give you that nice bottle of bubbly there. Congratulations. Firstly, what does that mean to be going to Wembley for you?
Well, it's a beautiful feeling. 1 year ago, I was banned. I looked, my mate played middle eight, going to the £1 million game, and wow. I'm very proud to be part of this team. We've been awesome today, and wow, I'm very happy, and for our fan, for the club, it's so beautiful.
You touched on it there. It's been a difficult start to the season for you personally, but as a team, you've come on so well in the second half of the season. What do you put it down to?
I think you can see all the boys never stop to work, and you have the picture today when you never stop to work and you work hard. They always pay, and this group never stop work. We work so hard. And now we meet you all in Wembley. Thank you very much.
And just lastly, as a back, you obviously take a lot of the plaudits, but your forwards today were outstanding in that first half especially.
Yes, they all work very hard, and I want to be in, like all my boys today, work hard, help my team, and that's what we did. So thank you very much.
Tony, congratulations, all the best at Wembley.
Thank you.
Well, Josh Drinkwater is here as well. Josh, in that first half, maybe a little bit slower in the second half, but that first half, it must have been something you've never seen before.
Yeah, mate, I think we've probably done enough in the first half to win. You know, we're outstanding. We've got a couple of lucky calls and lucky bounces, but you make your own luck, and we've been working really hard over the past probably 12 weeks, so, you know, it's just a reward for our hard effort.
Well, when you look at this, going to Wembley now, 3 weeks between there now, how do you make sure that you peak again for Wembley?
Yeah, I think we just have a little break now. We go back, we focus on the Super 8s, keep winning. We just want to keep winning our games and go into Wembley full of confidence.
Josh, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Steve McNamara, you've been to Wembley as a player, you're there now as a coach. How do you bring yourself to look at this situation in 3 weeks' time and go again?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible for the club. Obviously, last year was in the £1 million game, and you know, this year we're at Wembley, so fantastic turnaround. The players have worked extremely hard. We've got 3 weeks now to get ready for that game, and you know, we'll use all those 3 weeks to make sure, you know, again, we can hopefully put in a performance something like we did tonight.
I spoke to a couple of backs there. You were a forward yourself. Your forwards today were outstanding in their first half. The physicality especially.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't let Saints play. If we'd have come here and sat back and let them come at us, we would have been in all sorts of trouble. So we've been defending okay over the last few weeks, but that was probably the best, most physical. We forced Saints into plenty of errors in that first half and the second half.
Steve, what would it mean for the Catalan Dragons to win a trophy? What would it mean to French Rugby League?
Well, look, we're the only club that's probably not won a Chance Cup or a Grand Final, and we can be part of the group that's the first to do that. Perpignan is an unbelievable place. They're so passionate. You can see by the fans that we brought across here today. So it'll mean a lot, and particularly for the French Rugby League. I am really pleased for the whole of French Rugby League because it needs a boost, and hopefully us getting to the final will do so.
Steve, thanks for your time and all the best.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Well, Justin Holbrook, not as a happy situation for you. What do you put that down to?
Oh, yeah, full credit to Catalans. They come and just pulled us off the park, didn't they? And we had no answers. So, too many errors. That's simple. We made too many errors and they took full advantage of it.
They spoke about it during the game in the commentary, but Ben Barber has never been as quiet, but that's down to the Catalan style of play.
Oh, definitely, full credit to them. Benny's still not 100% fit, but there's no excuse on our performance. As I said, I don't want to take anything away from them. They did to us what we've been doing a lot of teams, and we had no answers for the whole first half, and then chasing our tail in the second half, doing uncharacteristic things, but you've got to try stuff, don't you?
Well, the Super League now title is still there. You're still at the top of that. You're going to the Super 8s now. How do you lift yourself?
Yeah, well, we'll have a rest after that, won't we? And, well, we've got no choice, do we? Unfortunately, that Challenge Cup's over and it's not for us. Disappointing. I'm really disappointed.
Justin, thanks for facing the cameras anyway.
Thanks. Cheers. Cheers,
mate.